Peace, love, light, and overstanding. This is Light Warrior here. And a couple weeks ago, I did a short recording about what we can do to detach from the system, and I talked about that poison canola oil. And I'm going to do the rest of it. It's not a whole lot. So I'm going to read this information about what they are touting as healthy and good for you. Canola oil has practically taken over as the food processing industry's oil of choice. Whether it's mayonnaise, chips, or salad dressings, canola oil is usually the first, second, or third ingredient on the list. Unfortunately, the health dangers of canola oil are far beyond what we've been led to believe. So, if there aren't any actual health reasons to use it, why would it be so widely used throughout the food industry? As with most reasons, certain ingredients are used over others. The price. Canola oil is extremely inexpensive to grow and harvest. It is also very easy to grow due to its genetic modifications and the fact that insects will not go near it. Canola oil was first created in the early 1970s as a natural oil, but in 1995, Monsanto created a genetically modified version of canola oil. By 2009, over 90% of the Canadian canola oil crop was genetically engineered. What is canola oil? It comes from a descendant of the rape seed, a member of the Brassica genus, along with some of our favorite vegetables like kale, broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage. Rapeseed oil was put on the market for human consumption in the 1950s, but not many people wanted to consume it due to its strong flavor and off-putting color. Scientists at the time began to discover that erucic acid, one of the major fatty acid components of the oil, over 50% as a matter of fact, was damaging to heart tissue. Meanwhile, olive oil started being marketed as the next big thing in health. So what did marketers do for rapeseed oil? They gave it a makeover. After some selective breeding and careful marketing, rapeseed oil was now low in erucic acid, high in oleic acid, just like heart-healthy olive oil, high in omega-3 fats, and also neutral tasting. And the name rapeseed was replaced with canola, coming from the term can, C-A-N, from the word Canada, and ola for oil. While canola oil has been marketed as a health food oil, low in saturated fats and a source of omega-3 fatty acids, it is far from that. Canola oil is not only genetically modified, but it is highly processed and refined, both of which contribute to major health problems in the body. Canola oil isn't. It is not the healthy oil that you have been led to believe. There are so many dangers of canola oil that anyone in their right mind would stay away from it. Here are just a few reasons why canola oil should never set foot in your home again. It is hydrogenated oil. If they are not cold pressed or extra virgin, the oil is considered refined. This process includes caustic refining, bleaching, and degumming, all of which involve high temperatures or chemicals that are damaging to the human body. Last but not least comes the deodorization process. Because canola oil is high in omega-3 fatty acids, it becomes easily rancid and foul-smelling when subjected to oxygen and high temperatures. The standard deodorization process removes a large portion of the omega-3 fatty acids by turning them into trans fatty acids. If you're consuming any vegetable oils that are oxidized from heat and light in processing, You are also exposing your body tissues to oxidized or rancid products. This contributes to degenerative diseases and chronic inflammation. Almost all canola oil is produced from genetically modified crops. And at this stage, I would say all. This is an old article. More than 90% of all canola oil is produced from genetically engineered crops. While genetic modification was successful in lowering the urusic acid content, it also increased the amount of oleic acid. Health concerns linked to oleic acid include retarded growth, banned in infant formulas, abnormalities in blood platelets, damage from free radicals, increased risk of developing certain cancer types. Genetically engineered foods also pose some very serious health issues like allergic reactions, immunosuppression, toxicity, and loss of nutrition through the foods we eat. Canola oil is extremely unstable under heat, light, and pressure, causing oxidation and releasing free radicals inside the body. When canola oil is heated, meaning when we cook with it, it produces high levels of butadiene, benzene, acrolein, formaldehyde, and other nasty compounds. These chemical compounds combined with increased free radicals create the perfect environment for cancer growth. Researchers have found that cancer cells feed on the oleic acid in canola oil. The acid causes the cancer cells to become stronger and maintain malignancy. Additional research has also shown that oleic acid promotes tumor progression. Promotes tumor progressions. With the amount of free radicals released in canola oil after cooking, it is no wonder this oil is a trigger for cancer growth. Free radicals are highly reactive chemicals that play a major role in cancerous cell mutation. While genetic modification has lowered urusic acid levels in canola oil, it is still a major source of the acid. Urusic acid is a monounsaturated fatty acid that has been linked with heart disease, specifically Keshan disease, a thickening and scarring of connective tissue within the heart. Studies have shown that in areas where people are prone to Keshan, urusic acid levels are higher and selenium levels are lower. Canola oil is also capable of promoting high levels of inflammation in the body, as well as arterial calcification. Any oil that is partially hydrogenated has the capability to do this. As you might have guessed, systemic inflammation and calcification are major risk factors for coronary heart disease. A new study out of the Lewis Katz School of Medicine at Temple University, published in the Scientific Reports, has linked canola oil with a decrease in memory and learning indicative of Alzheimer's disease, the most common form of dementia. The study found that the brains of canola oil treated mice had higher amounts of amyloid plaque, as well as diminished contact between brain neurons. Canola oil, being an inflammatory food, contributes to poor brain function. Chronic inflammation, as you might already know, is detrimental to the body. It attacks healthy cells, blood vessels, and tissues instead of protecting them. It can shut down energy production in brain cells and slow down the firing of neurons, contributing to ADHD, anxiety, brain fog, depression, memory loss, and Alzheimer's. As a major contributor to inflammation in the body, canola oil takes a toll on our cardiovascular system, particularly blood pressure. Studies have found that canola oil shortens the lifespan of stroke-prone and hypertensive animal subjects. One study explored the relationship between rats fed canola oil and rats fed non-canola diets. The catch: all rats were bred to have high blood pressure and proneness to stroke. Rats who were fed canola oil died sooner, and rats fed the non-canola oil based diets lived longer. Another study published in Toxicology Letters looked at the effects of canola and soybean oil on blood coagulation time and erythrocytes, a type of red blood cell, in stroke-prone hypertensive rats. The study found that there was a canola oil-induced shortening of blood coagulation time and increased fragility in red blood cell membranes, which may trigger strokes in animal subjects, and I say, or human subjects, who are stroke prone. Being a genetically modified food product, canola oil takes a toll on your liver and kidneys. A 2011 review of 19 different studies that involved mammals being fed genetically modified soy and corn for a period of 90 days found that GMO foods can disrupt kidney and liver function. The review, published in Environmental Sciences Europe, stated that in the trials mentioned, kidney function was reduced by 43.5%, while liver function was reduced by 30.8%. Vegetable oils also lack oxidative stability, so they quickly turn rancid if left untreated. Food manufacturers found their way around this problem by adding synthetic antioxidants like TBHQ, BHA, and BHT. When consumed in large doses, these preservatives can cause liver tumors as well as liver enlargement. While the preservatives in canola oil are not enough to cause adverse effects, the accumulation of such products is enough. We can easily surpass acceptable preservative limits if our diet subsists of lots of processed foods. The amounts build up over time, and as a result, our health suffers. If you want your detox organs like liver, heart, kidneys to work properly, avoid canola oil, processed foods with added vegetable oils, and other GM products. Erucic acid in canola oil was the main reason canola oil was banned from use in infant formula. The erucic acid in canola oil is harmful to infants due to an inability to properly break it down. While the FDA previously made canola oil illegal for use in baby formula, that isn't the case anymore. As of a few years ago, canola oil made it to the generally recognized as safe list, meaning that infant formula companies can use all the canola oil they want in their formula now. So that's all. I wanted to share that with you, and I did want to share once again, read your labels, folks, because there is hardly nothing in the supermarket now that does not have this poison in it. And also take note of the effects it has on the body and how that corresponds to what's going on now with the heart, people dropping dead, and all of the other stuff that's going on and certain things we're not supposed to say. But this is not a coincidence, and this stuff has been on the market for years. But as of today, there is almost nothing that you can find in the supermarket that this stuff is not in. Okay, I was hard pressed to even find crackers that did not have this stuff in it. There were only two types in the supermarket where I shop. They even have this stuff in breadcrumbs. So please read your labels, take care, and peace, love, light, and overstanding. This is Light Warrior checking out.